So I woke up this morning, check all the Twitter, do all that, and the initial thing that I see is that Jason David Frank died. And he didn't just pass away in his sleep, he didn't just have an accident, he committed suicide at the young age of 49. And to several of you out there, you might be going like, "Oh, who's Jason David Frank? Who is this dude? How does he impact anything?" He was the definitive Power Ranger. Jason David Frank was the definitive Power Ranger. He was Tommy. He was the first Green Ranger, with that storyline of being originally chosen by Rita to be the destruction of the Power Rangers, where he broke through the mind control, joined the Power Rangers in their fight against Rita Repulsa, and led on to become their leader. Originally, the story was that he would no longer be the Green Ranger and his powers was to be limited. But because fans loved him so much as a Power Ranger, and because he loved being a Power Ranger so much, he returned as the first White Ranger as well, to lead the team again and again into more adventures. He was the Power Ranger. He went on to be the Zeo Red Ranger. He then went to be the first Turbo Red Ranger, giving up his role to another individual because he thought his time as being a Ranger was over. He then reprised his role in the Power Rangers Wild Force. What I cannot remember. Day of Red, I want to say, is what it's called. When all the current Red Ranger of Wild Force returned with all the previous Red Rangers, including Jason David Frank's Zeo Ranger, to take on an impending threat and to stop the now rebuilt robot armies. He then can reprise his role as Tommy Oliver in Dino Thunder, where he was sort of the Zordon of Dino Thunder, where he put the team together, was an archaeologist, was leading the team of new Power Rangers, teaching them what they need to know, and ended up becoming the Black Dino Thunder Ranger. And the more I think about this, the more I think of how amazing he was. He then went on to no longer be a Power Ranger after the Black Dino Thunder Ranger. But he was such an influence in the Power Ranger world. He loved his fans. He was always fun. He was jokester. He was a kind man. He went so far as to help fan-made projects of Power Ranger stories where he would come in and play Tommy Oliver. He came on to do a fan-made role of Draken, which was only a comic book character where the Green Ranger never broke through his freedom and merged with the White Ranger. And he came on to play Draken, to be Draken. He would go on to do so much work for the Power Ranger fan base, for Power Rangers themselves, and helped lead Power Rangers to glory. He then finally reprised his role again in Power Rangers during the Super Mega Force finale, where he isn't the leader, but he basically was the leader. He is the Power Ranger. Remember that. He is the Power Ranger. Everybody knows him. And he's there leading this group of these past Power Rangers all coming back for this one final big battle. Helmet off, transitioning between green, white, black, doing all of his stuff and just leading the charge against another impending robot army. And he was such a nice man. He was a great man, and to see him die and pass on because of suicide just hurts. Obviously, he was dealing with demons that I do not know of. But if I could know him in person and know of his demons, I would tell him the same thing that I tell a lot of people. Suicide is never the answer. This video is probably going to get all sorts of beaten down because I mentioned that word. It is never the answer. It is never a proper answer, and never, ever, ever think that you need to go down that path. It is a long-term problem to a long-term solution to a short-term problem, and it leaves so many people suffering in its wake. I feel for Jason's family. I feel for the people that, all of his friends and everything. And if he was still here, I wish he would know just how many lives he truly touched. Being the one true Power Ranger. I don't call him that lightly. I call him that because that is who he is. He did so much work for us. He did so many great things, and I wish things could have played out differently. You will be missed. You will forever be loved. And you were a fantastic man. You were kind, you were welcoming, and you knew what you did to this world, and you loved it. And we all loved you. So power down, Great Ranger, power down. I'm going to call it there. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.